Hi, welcome to Sex with Dr. Zen. I've got two great guests that are coming on today. Gayle Scott, who's going to be showing and telling us about how to embrace our sexy, authentic self. And Christine, who's going to be speaking about a Kundalini dance, really authentic, spiritual type of opening for orgasm energy. You're not going to want to miss these two guests. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome to the show. Today, my guest is Christine, and she practices a Kundalini dance that I'm really curious about. I need to know. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Just explain a little bit about what you do with this Kundalini dance and how it pertains to sex and sexual energy in general.
Yeah, Kundalini dance is a form of ecstatic dance, and it is a tantric shamanic practice. So we're working with the Central Channel. It's an 8-week series. We dance through each week through the 7 major chakras. And it's shamanic in the way that I'm setting up like altars for the 4 directions. We're really the energy, like Kundalini Shakti, in this practice in Kundalini dance, we're really deepening our prayer.
Right.
To connect with her.
To her. So we're talking her here, our female orgasm energy, or her what? Yeah,
it's so we call her up within us, and first we need to open up our root.
Right. Where she sits there.
Chakra. So it's like a lot of people, if they have issues with their mothers, or if they have anything blocked in the root, then it's going to be hard for them to open up to receive this divine love, right, that she is. We charge the Kundalini Shakti in our wombs, in our sacral chakra. Right. So we will like charge like with breath, and then we can work with her from there. Like, just say if in the practice we're like, maybe it's the 4th week or something and we're higher up, sometimes we have to always come back, make sure we're in our hips, and make sure that we're cultivating her in our wombs.
Wow.
And every breath, every inhalation is an invitation, calling her to rise.
Nice.
You know, calling her and asking her to light us up. And she is the great awakener. She's the great purifier. So this energy, the Kundalini energy, it's like when she's rising within us, whatever doesn't resonate with her love will come to the surface.
So when we charge this energy, her energy, that root female energy, how can this, when we do really bring it up and just pull it out, how does this really enhance sex as a female having sex, in your opinion?
Well, like some people, just when we're on the ground and breathing into our root, people will start already to feel sexual energy.
Really?
And this is what is so beautiful, and this is why a lot of people will have great healing, sexual healing through this practice, when we're not only in the sacral chakra, but just the whole practice allows people to really experience their sexual energy in a different way.
Right.
And you know, I know from my own self, like tapping into her. And I've had my own sexual healing to do, tapping into her energy, feeling, you know, like we're mirrors to each other, right? She's full of this life force, orgasmic energy, and so are we. Our bodies and the energy of the earth, our energy bodies and the energy of the earth are the same. And when I tap into her, and I would feel like, just naturally feel like how sensual she is. Then I knew that like this energy, how we all got here through sex, is this beautiful sacred energy. So in this practice, women are able to break through their fears about being comfortable with using that energy.
We don't use that energy. When we have sex, most of the time, men use that energy. Men have a Kundalini sexual energy, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So when we're having sex with our partner, he's doing more of the pelvic moves. I mean, he's opening up that Kundalini more than we are.
Right.
A lot of the time and so the more that happens, the more that we're stifling our energy with that. So to open that up so that we can release it through sexual intercourse as well, we can start to use our hips more through practicing this dance. Can unlock the hips so that we can really empower ourselves with sex.
We actually have, because we're working with it, because it's tantric, we'll actually have orgasms while we're dancing, and you can't compare them to orgasms like in the bedroom.
Right.
But like as we're like clearing and we're lifting the vibration of the chakra, and then we're working with the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine, which has nothing to do with gender, but we're just working with these energies. And as we're bringing the divine masculine down into our bodies after we've cleared the space, that divine union actually creates this beautiful orgasm. And the more people will clear, the more people will be able to feel this like amazing feeling, orgasmic feeling in their body.
Right. Can men do this Kundalini dance?
Absolutely.
So it's not just for females.
Absolutely.
And
they charge their Shakti in their hara, and it's like 3 fingers down from the belly button.
Okay.
So, yep.
And you can do it together with your partner?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it more important to practice together with a partner with this dance, or? This
dance, I provide the tools for people to heal themselves. People can take it then, and they can, if there's partners on the dance floor together, then they might play together if they feel comfortable doing that. But this is a safe place for people to be able to release what's coming up for them, because it will happen. Like that's, a lot of people talk about Kundalini and all the stuff. Well, how do you deal with what she brings up?
What does she bring up?
So whatever she is,
female orgasm energy is like the powerful most.
She rises like this liquid, luminous fire, right? And we feel like, but this ecstatic, it's a static dance, so we feel ecstatic. But if we're not leaving the class and we're not feeling ecstatic, then there's something that's come up that we still need to, that's come up in that class,
right? That
she was wanting us to fully drop into and feel to free, right? So yes, we connect with each other,
right?
We connect. There's certain times in the class where we've released, we've gone through purification. I let everyone just. And this practice is, I need to say this, it's Leola Antara's practice. She is the founder of Kundalini Dance.
Oh, okay.
And her website is www.kundaliniDance.com, and then you can see all the facilitators.
Right.
And she does amazing work.
Right.
So,
I think it's so empowering.
Oh.
I think we as females need to really be dancing this dance all the time. I mean, every day, do the Kundalini dance.
It's amazing.
Before the bedroom.
Yes, and some facilitators have talked about, it's like they'll like be using what they've learned in the class, take it into the bedroom, and then without even telling their partner will sort of energetically follow.
Yes.
And then they will
have... Which he should.
Yes.
I think men are wanting their partners to get more in touch with that
absolutely.
That thing where,
yeah.
because they don't know how, this is an opening where you can really get in tune with how you feel orgasmically. And so he will feel that.
Yeah.
And he'll keep wanting he'll get right into it too. You start doing a dance together in the bedroom. Together each and every time.
It's powerful energy. And back to your question, the female orgasm. So it's like, not only working with this and doing it on a regular basis, are we able to be a more like orgasmic woman in many ways, have many different types of orgasms.
We need to have them.
Yeah.
Every day. Every chance that we can have to have one, I think we need to embrace it and take it.
there's many different like I've had a heart orgasm once.
Really?
That I actually like was just dancing.
Wow.
Had a ecstatic burst in my heart that actually made my knees drop down to the ground, just like I would, like if I was like, you know, when you have the genital orgasm that most of us are used to, where we just kind of like buckle down or whatever. That happened, but it was in my heart space. And there's so many different types of orgasms. I'm not an orgasm expert, but oh my goodness, there's so many, and there's like, it's such a beautiful.
It's an energy. That, well, it's been locked up for centuries.
It has.
Basically it has. And the thing is to have these modern, and I don't think they're modern. These dances have been around, okay?
Oh,
so if you
they're ancients.
Yes. I mean, the so-called witches is what they labeled, those women that danced around the fire.
Dance has been,
they were doing the Kundalini dance forever, centuries ago.
Absolutely.
And they stopped us.
And all over the world too.
Honestly.
All the ancients, all the, you know, so many people all around the world have used dance as a tool to connect with the divine.
It's to stifle that energy, because it is the most powerful energy in the whole universe. The cosmic energy of the female orgasm must be opened up, uncoiled, and delivered.
Because it was kind of you know, for different reasons, repressed and shut down and looked down upon because of the power that people...
Total power.
Were, you know, people get scared of that. If they don't, people get scared of what they don't understand.
Men in particular.
Yes.
But I mean, it's
so now it's coming back.
I think it's
such an exciting time.
It is so exciting, Christine. It's really great work that you do. I really thank you for coming on this show. It was a pleasure talking with you about your Kundalini dance practice, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to the show, and my next guest is Gayle Scott, who is practicing a really authentic practice of how to harness our sexy selves. And welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you here.
I'm very happy to be here.
So yeah, let's see how we can get back into harnessing this like authentic sexy self. Authentic meaning, like, are we born with sexy already, or do we lose it somewhere along the line?
We're born with it all, Marianne. If you think of the birth of a child, there's nothing fake there. There's nothing false. Everything is natural. It's all inside of us. And oftentimes it's as we grow up that things get put upon us, you know, belief systems and attitudes and expectations. And so we tend to lose touch with who we really are.
Right.
Including our sexy.
Wow.
Yeah, if you think of kids, they're pretty natural.
Well, they are.
They're very natural.
I mean, they're ripping their clothes off and just running
around. They are. They love it.
They don't like the diaper. It's just, let me go.
Yep.
I want to just run my little body all over the place. So when we are dumped and covered up in all these little layers of, you know, things start wrapping around us, and it just starts to clog our sexy self again. How do we, I guess, peel away?
Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to know who you're being.
Right.
So you have to really know what kind of a person you are, or in a sense kind of know who you're being in the stage that you're in, right? So we look at teenagers are different from people in their 20s, they're different from people in their 30s and their 40s. So we go through stages in our lives. Not only do we have to know who we're being, but we have to know what we want.
Right.
So in a sense, it's often an exploration.
Okay.
I liken it to, you know, you're looking for treasure, but you're the treasure.
Right.
So it's about understanding and seeing what's present for you and who you're being in a sexy way or not. Many people are not being the sexy selves that they can be for all kinds of different reasons.
So we have a personal, authentic self of our sexy.
We do.
And we have to find it.
We have to find it.
And
yeah, we
how
do.
Do you just work with women?
No, I work with individuals who are ready for change.
Right.
who are at a point where the things that have happened in their life and the things that are going to be happy, they're not what they want.
Right.
And many people, certainly in North America, have great lives. They have great lives, but there's something just not quite right.
Right.
Their outlook maybe isn't so good on life. They don't have good relationships.
Right.
They don't really understand what their needs are. They have a hard time asking for them.
Right.
They can't set boundaries. All of those kinds of things are not inherently female or male, so it doesn't really matter. And it's a case of stripping away all those things, literally,
Right.
and getting down to the core of who are you really?
Peeling away the layers.
What do you really want? What really revs your engine? What makes you feel good?
So it doesn't necessarily have to do with being sexy, or does it? I mean, or is that the root energy that you want to start to harness?
No, I think when
authentically?
I work with people, I'm really looking at their essence.
Okay.
Which sounds like, it could be a kind of a cliche word, essence. What do you mean by that? But we're really looking at who the person really is deep inside. What was the spirit that they were born with, and what are they really here for, and who do they want to be, and how do they be that with the people that are in their lives?
Right.
Because we're really all about relationships.
Right.
We're not really what we do, we're who we are. And so often that's reflected back to us by the nature of our relationships. So many of the people that I'm working with are not having successful relationships.
Right.
And of course, sex is a part of that.
Yeah, huge.
Right?
So when we are growing up as young women or men, and maybe we were playful there, we already had it and we already harnessed it. So what has clobbered us and wound us up into where we don't know our authentic, sexy self anymore?
Right. Well, oftentimes it's belief systems that our parents have.
Right.
They're our major caregiver. It doesn't matter whether it's parents or grandparents or whoever it is that's brought you up. They've brought you up with the values and the morals and the teachings that they know to be true for them, right? And their soul has its own purpose as well.
Right.
And so we learn by osmosis, we adopt what we're taught, and it's the same with church, it's the same with school, it's the same with society. And so it's about really getting to the core of who you are, and oftentimes it means like stepping out and owning what feels good to you, even though it may not make some of the people around you very happy.
Wow. That's pretty scary, because we all want to do what we want to do, and we want to feel how we want to feel. And if there's like a little bit of an element that comes out in a sexy way, it's just like we're clobbered again. That's an energy that I understand. To get like back into that playful place.
Well, I love that you use the word playful, because I believe that at our source, the authentic, sexy part of us is playful. It's joyful, it's love, but it's also tenderness and vulnerability. And it's about embracing both the yin and the yang of that.
Right.
Really understanding where you might want to be more vulnerable, and then also where you're willing to take some risks.
Right.
So change involves risk. It means getting out of your comfort zone, and often with sex, that's part of the journey, is that, okay, I have this thing in my mind that I think I might like to try, but it's going to mean stepping out. It's going to mean suggesting something to my partner that I've never done or suggested before, and what are they going to think? And we're all about approval seeking and make sure that we're liked and we belong. And those are all very, very deep needs that we have. But to get what we want, we often have to step out into that uncomfortable place.
Being sexy doesn't have anything to do with sex. So if we're dressing a certain way, that's another thing, that if you feel that you want to dress sexy so that you can embrace that authentic playfulness in your own personality, it sometimes can come out to a partner or somebody that they are being slutty. let's say.
It's true, and that's a societal belief system, right, based on years and years of history, but it doesn't have to be that way. And sure, I do believe that wearing certain clothing or adopting certain ways of being could be considered that way, but if the intention is to come from a place of love,
right,
if the intention is to come from a place of being true to who you are,
right,
you know, most people know when they're going against their own value system.
right,
Right? And sometimes the pendulum does have to swing one way in order for you to come back to center.
right,
Sometimes, you know, you may have to dress up a little bit more in order to be able to get to where you're comfortable.
right.
And that's a learning journey.
Right, it is. For men, and do men, do you find, have issues with harnessing that authentic, sexy self, or is it a masculine thing? Masculine. If you're masculine and you have that hardcore toned body, that's sexy.
It's funny that you say that. It's what I find with men is that yes, there is that perception out there. You know, they've got to have the flat abs, and they've got to be, you know, dressed just right, and all of that. It's the same with women. It's an inner confidence.
Yeah.
And you can meet someone, and they just have it.
Yeah.
You don't really, you can't put your finger on it. It's just an inner je ne sais quoi, where you say, wow, they've really got their stuff together, those people. And
so you teach women in particular.
I do.
How to find that, how to get that,
I do.
that inner confidence.
I do.
So give me some exercises that
So-
you might, you know, implement into their life so that they can
Right.
practice it, so that it can build more confidence to bring
Right.
out that authentic, sexy self.
What I would say to them is, you know, take a look at your environment, take a look at what's in your life, and see if it really fits who you are. Are the clothes that you're wearing and the space that you're living in, does that really make you feel sexy and good and be able to come from that confident place? If you're wearing clothes that you've worn for 20 years and you've
Right.
never shifted what you're wearing,
Right.
maybe it's time for a little makeover. If your home is not filled with textures and colors that you love, that make you feel passionate,
Right.
maybe it's time for a little decor change. If the way that you think is old school and not serving you anymore, you know, my mother always told me I had to be this way or whatever,
Right.
you know, then get in touch with yourself.
So you do workshops
I do
to cater to some of these elements that you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
And then those are a couple of little exercise tools that women can practice with a professional as yourself, so that she can really grab that again. So just give me one workshop idea thing that you've done in the past.
One thing that I've done is I've taken women through a hand massage exercise, understanding that the chakras in the hand are actually linked to the heart. And so I take these women and I have them do a hands-on exercise with each other where they massage each other's hands,
Right.
so that they can begin to understand what kind of a touch they want.
Right.
And then to be able to communicate that to each other so that they can get more of what they want. It's amazing how many women receive touch from a partner that's not really a good touch for them.
Right. So it comes down to senses first, and then we
It's
can
very-
add some things and
Yes.
props and lingerie or scarves and whatever, and then it works from that in and then comes back out again. I could talk to you more about this because I really believe in your work, because it's
Thank you.
I know it's helped me with a lot of different levels of growth, and it was great having you on the show.
Thank you. It was lovely to be here.
Great. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching the show. It was really great having Gayle and Christine on as my guests. If you have any further questions, feel free to email them directly at sexwithdrzen@rogerstv.com. We'll see you soon.